In this video, we're going to look at the function f of x equals 1 over x. And what we're going to look for are 4 different limits. The first one is going to be the limit as x approaches 0 from the right of f of x. The second is going to be the limit as x approaches 0 from the left f of x. The third is going to be the limit as x approaches infinity f of x. And the fourth is the limit as x approaches negative infinity of f of x. Okay. So first off, let's graph the function. Okay, so this is the x-axis, and this is f of x equals 1 over x. So we know it looks like this. Okay. So for the first problem, limit as x approaches 0 from the right, 1 over x. Okay, so we look at this graph. We're going to be approaching x equals 0 from the right, moving in like that. So we're going to be moving along the line this way. So this is going to get bigger and bigger as x gets closer and closer to 0. So if the number gets bigger without bound, this limit is going to approach positive infinity. Okay. Part B, the limit as x approaches 0 from the left. Okay, so on the x-axis, approaching 0 from the left, x is getting closer and closer to 0. I'm going to start on the line, and we're going to move this way. So this is getting more and more negative, a larger and larger negative number. And there's no bound, right? So that's going to approach the opposite. It's going to approach negative infinity. Okay? Part C. The limit as x approaches infinity, 1 over x. So what's happening here? So now we can imagine we're starting somewhere positive on the x-axis. We're going to let x get larger and larger without bound. So we're going to move in this direction. So you can imagine starting off on the line, and you're going to move further and further in the positive x direction. So that is going to approach 0. You can imagine the function 1 over x, as x gets bigger and bigger. You have something like 1 over 10, 1 over 100, 1 over 1,000. As x gets larger and larger, the denominator gets larger and larger. And each time you're dividing 1 by a larger and larger denominator, that's going to get closer and closer to 0. So this limit is equal to 0. And then part D, we have the limit as x approaches negative infinity, 1 over x. So we're going to start somewhere negative, somewhere non-zero negative on the x-axis. We're going to go further and further away from 0 in the negative direction. So you can imagine starting somewhere about here on the line, moving along the line in this direction, the negative x direction, moving further and further out this way. This is also going to approach 0. You can imagine, just like the part C, negative 1/10, negative 100, negative 1,000th. These are negative numbers, but they're getting closer and closer to 0, getting smaller and smaller. So this sequence of numbers also tends to 0. So this limit also tends to 0.